going?
We're going. Fantastic.
Just on a side note, I've just made myself some toast, so I'm going to be
good. This is good news.
Eating out of that. Hey! Sam, get some toast, mate. It's going to be called Talk and Toast.
We haven't got time for toast. Hello, Joe Davies.
Hello.
And hello,
Joe.
Peter, as well.
Hello.
Hello. We're all here for a lovely little chat, all things about SIYT, but mainly about your time at SIYT, Joe. So when did you actually join SIYT? What year?
So I joined in 2006 as a guest because I was a bit too young to join as a full member at that time. I joined with Brother Jacques. That was my first one as a part of the chorus. That was really good fun. Brother Jack was a great one. I still remember a few things today, like the French national anthem, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that was my first one as well. And there was a few good songs, to be fair, for such a dark play.
Yeah, it was. It was dark, but the drinking songs were fantastic.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Because they got carried on, didn't they, into the Fringe, to Vision. Because that's all I know of Brother Jacques is those drinking songs from Vision.
I might bring that back, actually, like from Bad Book of Bay to Welcome Mouth.
Yeah.
There we go. So, Joe, you had a few big roles, to be fair, in SIYT, one being Tom Sawyer. So how old were you when you played Tom Sawyer?
I reckon I was about 13 or 14. And no, yeah, it was really good fun. I sort of was lucky to be around about the age that I guess Tom Sawyer would have been. So,
yeah. And obviously, you played Tom Sawyer with Huckleberry Finn as your right-hand man, which happens to be Bradley Durnley.
Absolutely, yeah.
Brothers.
So that was what many would dub as an iconic double act. Wouldn't you agree?
I would, yeah. No, Bradley joined at the same time, so we were both in Brother Jacques together. And then when we were both in year 7, we re-auditioned and got in. And we both kind of the youngest people to be there at the time, so we stuck together like glue, and that just kind of stuck through. So I think we were both super excited when we were in Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry. We were at Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. We used to just basically try and do exactly the same thing every single time. Yeah, it was really good fun to be with him.
Fantastic, and obviously through years you developed quite a nice friendship, and then you ended up hosting Cabaret as well. So how was hosting Cabaret with you two at the helm?
It was really good. So he was always the funny one, to sort of like my straight man, if you know what I mean. So like I would set everything up and then he'd knock it out of the park. So it was really funny trying to come up with jokes. I don't know if anyone who has, people who have never hosted or like MC'd or compared for events before won't know that an awful lot of it is being fantastic on stage and being really funny on stage, but in the background, before we go on, being really unfunny for hours and hours at a time to try and get the right jokes. So it was sort of good fun improvising behind the stage and doing a lot of inside jokes and kind of tongue-in-cheek stuff that we'd had for a few years. So that was good fun.
That was honestly, fantastic. I think that's one of the most iconic cabarets that there's ever been. And I watched I think it's my sister recorded the fight scene you did with Luke and was it Harry German? You did it with Luke and Harry? Oh my! It's so funny. It's absolutely brilliant. This fight scene is unbelievably well choreographed.
Bradley was like big into the whole he's I think he's a Taekwondo champion.
He's world champion. He's world champion.
World champion. So he's big into doing the fight scene. So whenever we could, we'd do one because he's just really good at choreographing them and sort of knew exactly what he was doing. And so doing that was hilarious. It was really funny. And obviously Luke and Harry are both incredibly funny on their own. So it was great. Yeah.
There was a classic joke that year of we'll cut that. Cut that, Matt.
Being that, cut that.
Yeah.
Excellent. And so, obviously, going back to some of your roles, you played Kaniki in Greece with Mr. Bottley here being Danny. So, was that one of your favourite shows? Have you got another favourite show?
Yeah, no, it was. It was definitely one of my favourite shows. I think that the cast was really well done. I think everybody was in exactly the right role they should have been. I think that the props were incredible, right? The Grease Lightning, the car was like
crazy.
Practicing with that thing was a dream. It was so good. And there were the right bits for the right people to show off. So Tom sitting in front of the lockers playing guitar, that was, perfection. And then Kate Skerritt doing solo as well. She played, I can't remember. He was like the badass.
Yeah.
I
can't remember any of the names. I can't. Jan?
Really
or was that Charlotte's part?
Oh no, hang on. I'm thinking completely wrong. I think she was Frenchy in it, wasn't she?
No, Charlotte Cassell was Frenchy.
Charlotte Cassell was Frenchy?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to be here all day.
Right, yeah.
Approximately 10 hours later.
She did Freddie My Love, didn't she? That was her.
Yeah, that was it. Freddie My
Love. I can't remember what her character was called.
Was that the song about him being in Japan? Or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So is that Marty then?
Different lovers.
Yeah.
There's so many pink birds and tea ladies.
Tea ladies. Yeah, no, that was definitely one of my favourites. I think that my last one was also really good. So that was where I played the crossing sweeper in
Ragged Child.
Ragged Child, yeah, that was fantastic. I think that was a really good performance. A lot of really good performances actually in that one. I think that was one of those shows where the ensemble element of youth theatre came through. So youth theatre has always been obviously very good at getting people to bring the best out of themselves, but it has always hinged on the choral set pieces, I think, in youth theatre, just because we have the numbers. We've always had the numbers. And everyone's so dedicated. So I think the choral set pieces are always a big bit. And being in a show where there were so many of those and complex choreography, just done really well. But I think it was done by Lily and Leon, though.
Yeah, I think Leon ran that one, didn't he?
Yeah. And I mean, he is just fantastic choreographer, obviously. And so it worked so well.
Fantastic. And have you got any favourite moments at all from all your years at youth theatre?
Yeah, I do. I've got so many that I could. We could be here for hours.
Approximately 10 hours later.
But actually, now I've got Bottley here.
Oh right, here we go.
When we were doing Ragged Child, the crossing sweeper is kind of the narrator for the whole thing, right? We had Luke playing Leary. And Liam playing Joe, right? And there was one afternoon when everyone else was rehearsing, and we just sort of stood in front of the piano, and Tom Mercer was playing the piano, and we started to riff a song, and everyone heard it was like, oh, that's really good. So we ended up writing and making a song on Leary, and to this day I think have the link somewhere. I listen to it every now and then because I think it's on Bottley's.
Yeah, it's on my SoundCloud. I listened to it only the other day, mate. Only the other day I listened to it.
It's so good.
Hello, it's the crossing sweeper here to spit a few bars. Echo. Let me tell you about a kid called Leary, a demon to the peelers of London town. Modern morals cloud his vision, can't see clearly. King to the vagabond, wears a rusted crown. Lives and works in the devil's acre, picking pockets, poaching feathers all day long. Crossing men will make you meet your maker. You've been pushing up the muck before too long.
And I was thinking, because I was showing it to friends, I was thinking, God, this is going to be really dated. It's going to be crap. I was like, no, this bangs. This is good.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's really good. I think it was Liam who did the piano for that. It's really sick, and your rapping is like really on point. And there's that little bit right at the end where Liam says, "Where did that come from?"
What was that?
Where did that come from?
Because you went off piece and did like some random rap like at the end or something, and it was really hardcore or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so that was that's definitely up there. I think that tours were for sure one of the main sort of the biggest things. I mean, the one from Brother Jacques going to Portsmouth, I think. And then the Vision was obviously fantastic. Went everywhere. That's the first performance of Vision that we did, because there have been a few.
There's been so many. We've done it all over the country.
Exactly. And it's worked really well everywhere. I think my favourite one was in Stonyhurst. That was the best thing. Buckton Towers was also very good for Lord of the Flies.
Fantastic.
We took over Buckton Towers, and we had to cook and clean stuff and decide when we wanted to rehearse, and it was sort of to get into the mood of having two competing groups fighting over resources and things like this. So any time we got to hang out as a big group and have a common goal, that was really good.
Fantastic. Because were you in the original 2007 version of Vision?
Yes,
well?
It was,
Peter, when did you join?
I joined in 2008, September 2008. So I was.
Yeah, so you got to be in a little bit of Vision, didn't you?
Yeah, I was in the Hinchinbrook run. The run, I think, one night before we went up to the Fringe, and I did the Fringe 09, but I didn't. But I missed out on Stonyhurst and Liverpool and and all the and the original. So I'm not in the OG crew for that one, which is a little gutting.
Well, the thing is, there's been so many shows that we've done, and it's just incredible. Like you mentioned, so many different shows from Brother Jacques all the way to the Ragged Child as well. But post Youth Theatre, what have you been up to?
So I've gone in a slightly different direction post Youth Theatre. So after Youth Theatre, I ended up going to Queen Mary University in East London to do theoretical physics. I then did a master's degree in theoretical physics at the same university, and now I'm back at that uni. They can't get rid of me, and I'm doing a PhD in particle physics.
Fantastic.
I did manage to keep up a bit of the acting stuff, so I have done a bit of directing and writing plays with a couple of people. Not for a few years yet.
Queen Mary's got quite a good rep for drama and acting, hasn't it?
Great reputation for acting. It's QMTC, it's Queen Mary Theatre Company. They're very good at it.
Yeah, I saw them at the Fringe. Really, they were brilliant.
Yeah. No, they're very good. I had a friend there who was very, very into it. He also did physics. He didn't much like the physics, but he did like the theatre company. So that's where he spent most of his time.
Well, yeah, it sounds like a hugely different pathway that you've taken. But has SIYT helped you out? So going on from that, would you have any words of advice, any words of wisdom for any current members?
So a lot of what I do at the moment isn't just the physics. A lot of what I do is outreach and doing guest lectures and things like this, and teaching other PhD students and teaching people about certain bits and pieces. And the reason that I get those kind of jobs and get given those jobs is because of this ability to hold a crowd and to do improvisation and to understand what is interesting and what isn't. I attribute an awful lot of my success to youth theatre because there is that ability to take quite mousy and generally reserved and introverted kids early on, and in a matter of years they're wanting to take full stage and they're wanting to really punch forward and try something out. So the only thing that I will say to people who are in youth theatre now, to people who perhaps want to join but are not sure, is give yourself over to it. Really go full throttle. You've got about 2 hours a week of doing this and your rehearsal time. So it's a comparatively small amount of time during your week. So just do it. Just really, really, really go for it, because you can always be pulled back. Your directors will be able to pull you back. Your MDs will be able to pull you back. Your choreographers will be able to pull you back. That's fine. But it's a lot harder to bring that out of you if you're going to be sort of halfwaying it. You really, really go for it.
Fantastic. Well,
yeah. I would just add on the top of that is that Joe Davies is a prime example of that, because you always used to give 100% to every performance. You were just brilliant. You were brilliant. You absolutely. You used to just. Right, okay, I'll stop there.
Don't give him too much of an ego.
Yeah.
The head is just fitting in this box.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, it's been great to chat to you, Jay.
Yeah, you too.
Good to catch up with you. And we'll see you soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Cheers, buddy. Thanks so much for that.
Cool.